Hello, this is Torai. This time, the character is known to be strong against advanced players. Actually, there aren't many Mai players, so even advanced players didn't really know how to deal with Mai, which might be why she worked well. That doesn't mean Mai's performance is lacking. Right now, she's considered just below Ichigoku in terms of performance. Except for a few series, she's generally considered strong. Personally, I think Mai from 95 is the best, but Mai from 98 is also quite strong. In tournaments with a 20-point limit, if Ichigoku is rated at 11 or 12 points, Mai is said to be around 10 points. Let's look at Yuri, her friends, and the real protagonist, Mai. This is her Far A, which can be used as a kind of zoning tool. The hitbox itself reminds you of Gongek Horaji, but the startup speed is so fast that it makes up for it. Except for the fact that her hurtbox is large, the reach is actually pretty long, so you can annoy your opponent and chip away at their health. If you land Yango Kwanbu in the corner, always use Far A. Mai has priority, so you can poke first. It's a somewhat disappointing close range A. If close range A's recognition range were slightly longer, it could have been the strongest basic move. As expected from a light punch, everything is cancelable. The hitbox is really good, but the recognition range is lacking, so it's too risky to use as an emergency anti-air. This is Mai's crouching A, which even Billy, who has a hurtbox on his staff, might envy to death. The reach is surprisingly long, and the hitbox is quite good. It's a very solid normal just for trading hits, but since it can't be cancelled and doesn't have overwhelming reach like Billy, it's not used that often. This is her jump A, which is actually a pretty decent normal for rushing in. It reaches the lower part, and the front hurtbox is also small. The hitbox is so good that it can even beat Ryo's uppercut. Players don't use it often, but it's definitely a hidden gem among her normals. This is her Far B, a standard move that, with her Far A, annoys opponents. It's 2 frames slower than her Far A, but still fast, and its upper hitbox makes it great for stopping short hops. Her reach is longer than her Far A, giving her an edge in neutral spacing battles. Even though Benimaru's light kick is really good, he can't beat Mai in terms of hitbox battles. Additionally, Benimaru's Far B also has pretty good reach, but Mai's is even longer than Benimaru's. This is her close B, which is a bit awkward to throw away, but also awkward to use. The advantage is that you can cancel it even from a weird position, and you can also link it from close A. However, for a close normal, its startup is slow, so you can get interrupted, making it unreliable as a main move. This is Mai's crouching B, which lets her perform low pokes as well. Its recovery frames are long, making it bad for rapid pressing. Like this, you can link her close A after the crouching B. Use crouching B effectively to combo into special moves and pressure your opponent. Knee kick. This is a jumping B that lands a knee kick. This is a very effective basic move against opponents who rely on solid anti-air fundamentals. Even Goro's hidden special move, his headbutt, can be pierced with a knee kick. If you use it while advancing with a short hop, Mai is very likely to win. He also pulls off a few things incredibly well. He does things so easily you wonder if they're possible. I wanted to use it, but it's a long-range C that can't solve anything in this uncertain world. It's not like it has great reach or good hitboxes. Sure, Yashiro's B is strong, but even so, Mai gets beaten even when she uses her heavy attack. This is the fastest close-range C among Mai's close attacks. This is a common combo starter that beginner Mai players often use. You can also use it as an anti-air in a pinch. However, since its hitbox isn't that great, there's actually a pretty high risk of getting punished instead. Actually, the main normal move in Mai's combos is crouching C. The startup frames are the same as close C, but crouching C has a longer active duration and a shorter recovery frame. You can also fully remove the risk of accidentally getting Far C. For further explanation, both moves are minus on hit, but crouching C gives you 1 more frame advantage after hitting, so in every aspect, crouching C is better for combos than close C. This is a jump C where Mai flies around like a mosquito and attacks relentlessly. It can handle both air-to-air and air-to-ground situations to some degree. However, if your opponents have slightly better anti-air normals, this move can get you punished immediately. Still, thanks to its fast startup, it's fairly useful in air-to-air situations. Since the regular air throw is better, always press the direction key with C. It might look like trash, but it's not really trash. However, it's not used as a main move because it's outclassed by AB, so this is the long-range D. Its advantage is having no low hurt box. But no one really uses it on purpose, because if you use it wrong, you'll get your head smashed in right away. Far D looks pretty slow to start up, but funnily enough, if you compare it to Iori, it's not really that slow. Though they activate simultaneously with Iori, Mai still wins. This is a trashy close D normal with no shielding whatsoever. It can be cancelled, and its startup frames aren't that bad either. If you don't cancel on hit, this normal gives your opponent frame advantage. You can see this when Machua jumps first. Additionally, its startup frames are actually slower than close C. Close C is already outclassed by crouching C for combos, so there's really no reason to use close D. Crouching D can be useful if used well, but it's hard to use effectively. The reach is decent and the hitbox is overwhelming. The downside of crouching D is that its startup is too slow and the recovery frames are too long. And although it can be cancelled, you can only cancel it after the attack hitbox is completely finished when the recovery animation comes out like this. Useful for breaking the opponent's rhythm with a home cancel, but it's too slow and risky. Forget about rushing in with jump C and try to rush in with jump D instead. Since Mai as a character has such a high jump, her attack hitbox is a bit low, so she can surprisingly land attacks as well. It's not as good as jump B, but since this is still a basic move that can reach this far, you can give up on jump C rush. Even though it looks slow when you're actually fighting in game, it doesn't seem that slow. This is Mai's special move, Kugen's dance. Since this special move has an overhead property on its own, you need to use it often together with crouching B. To really drive your opponent crazy, you should use it by canceling from other basic moves. If you use it in a combo like this, the overhead property disappears, but if you intentionally delay it a bit and pretend to cancel, the combo won't connect, but you can still use it as an overhead. For reference, even if the opponent blocks this special move, you're still at frame advantage, so it's safe and good to use for pressure. Special move 2 Flying Squirrel is also generally safe even if it's blocked. It's a special move that improves your corner pressure. By connecting this with crouching B, close A, and the special move, you can keep pressuring and mix between low and overhead attacks. Even I get interrupted by Mai sometimes, and honestly, it's hell. To be honest, in 98, using the fighting special move is high risk with no return. It's not fast to activate, and the damage isn't strong either. If it's blocked, you'll get punished hard. The only advantage is that you can evade aerial projectiles, but the recovery frames are so long that you can still get punished. It's a move just like Kyo's Naraku Otoshi, a big spinning drop that's risky. It's good to use when escaping, and also effective when rushing in. One downside is that the attack's hitbox disappears too quickly. It goes away faster than you might think, so if you want it to hit, you need to use it up close. You can also get shot down this easily. When you use extra mode, this special move becomes insanely good. You can use the special move during pressure, and it can be chained infinitely. It's tough because it activates slower than Pyo's Narak. With extremely fast startup, you consistently deal crazy big damage. I pulled off that combo once, but it was so hard I never want to try again. This defies the King's Law, but it's Mai's airwalk often seen for entertainment. To use it, roll backward, pre-input the projectile direction, and when the triangle jump activates, press A or C to trigger it, and for the human balloon, roll backward and use the windmill drop.
쉽게 발동이 됩니다.
The moves you expected, such as Usa Sumirena and others, are definitely included. If you have a different opinion, you're probably right, so please don't start any arguments. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment.